40 years of history, 11,000 graduates, thousands of lives. Someone you know went to North Central State College. It all began in an elementary school building on Marion Avenue in Mansfield, Ohio. In 1961, Dr. Edwin Finch, who served as the Assistant Superintendent for Special Services, Mansfield City Schools, envisioned a technical school and persisted in corresponding with the Ohio Division of Vocational Education. He received $90,000 for equipment and faculty to develop a technical school in Mansfield. As a result, the Mansfield Board of Education created the Mansfield School of Technology, a 2-year post-high school diploma granting institution to provide students with career skills for employment in the Mansfield area. The school was approved and operated under the standards of the State Department of Education. A young, energetic industrial engineer who began his career with Ford Motor Company had been working at Mansfield Tire and Rubber as the corporate quality control manager. He was hired as an engineering instructor for the new technical school through the spring quarter of 1967. That man was Henry Fallerius.
My background is I'm a graduate engineer from Illinois Institute of Technology out of Chicago. So I had a good background for teaching technical things. Something came about that this little school was on Marion Avenue. They were looking for somebody to take it over, to direct it. And I talked to the superintendent and I said, well, give me a shot at it. That's how it started. I think that school was built in 1887 or something like that. And it was a great school at the time. And it was funny. Everything was miniaturized. I mean, the drinking fountains were down low, and the restrooms were made for little kids. So it was a strange combination of antiquity and growing up getting more modern.
Henry's salary was set at $10,135. 56 students enrolled in the fall of 1967. Henry campaigned for technical education, and the resulting action was the Ohio Board of Regents and the Secretary of State creating the North Central Ohio Technical District in the contiguous counties of Ashland, Crawford, and Richland. On May 16, 1969, North Central Technical College was chartered by the Ohio Board of Regents and was certified by the Secretary of State as an institution of higher education. An autonomous board of trustees was formed in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code. However, the young college was nearly lost to the Mansfield area.
From there on, we grew more, and our enrollment kept shooting up and shooting up. The 2-year college in Columbus called the Columbus Technical Institute, I think it was. And the head of that, his name was Clinton Tosh. He said something like, yeah, we're going to take you over, and you'll be under me. Well, that didn't sound too good. And I had the superintendent of schools, Bob Glass, strongly behind me. And I kind of tiptoed around that way of being consumed by another school.
On September 14, 1970, the $1,400,000 Technical Education Center is completed, and NCTC is invited to share a 600-acre campus with a branch of the Ohio State University. Enrollment grew to 422 students.
One day, the chancellor of the Ohio Board of Regents came in, and we talked. His name was John Millett. He said, Henry, what's going on here? And I said, well, I don't know. Is there any place you could put me? He said, yes. I'm going to build you a building out on the campus with OSU. I said, not part of OSU. No, but we'd be sharing the campus with OSU and splitting the expenses proportionally. So that's how the whole thing started that way.
Under Henry's leadership, the college added programs in accounting, electrical engineering, industrial sales and marketing, drafting and design, nursing, and radiological technology. By 1974, enrollment doubled to 1,020. Henry's keen interest in growing technologies and his bold efforts to continue to modernize often created friction.
I became engulfed with the rapid change of technologies and what was going on. And you had to go with the flow. I mean, you had to accept it. It was something that felt natural that you had to do to keep alive, to keep going.
Over the decades since, college enrollment has increased to nearly 5,000 credit students annually, with additional thousands served through the college's non-credit offerings. Job placements, or students pursuing additional education through transfer of credits to partner universities, continue to be high. 90% of students transfer or find jobs in their field of study. 4 decades since its founding, and under the leadership of 4 presidents, North Central State College has earned an outstanding reputation with dedicated and talented faculty, staff, and administration. And it all began in a little school on Marion Avenue.
We stuck together and it worked out all right. I pushed ahead. I didn't let anybody disturb what I wanted. And I guess I'm just stubborn that way, but it grew under that guise of leadership. So it's been a good addition to Mansfield community.